Hello. So today I woke up and I had a really loud ringing. Much more so than normal than it's been. It's been quieter, um, but it's just I got adjusted on Monday. So they had Atlas orthogonal and they did the adjustment on my C1 to get it to turn like back this way because it was twisted like this way and they're trying to put it back that way. So anyway, so they tried to he did move it a bit. I could feel it immediately, like my neck tensed up, like back on the right side here near the top. It just got real tight right after he did it. So that's a sign that the vertebrae actually moved, because your body doesn't want vertebrae to move. So it will hold on, like the way I had a massage therapist describe it to me, because he worked on people that have been in car crashes a lot, people with neck injuries, whiplash, and when the vertebrae move, there's you have larger muscles, like the muscle that allows you to do that, but then there's smaller ones that run up and down the spine, and I guess the big ones can get tight too, but what they do is they form a cast to like hold everything in place. And because vertebrae aren't supposed to be moving out of place, they, like the top vertebrae will move, so the C1 will move in line with your head. It's supposed to, but the other vertebrae don't. They'll twist some when you turn your neck, but they don't rotate the exact same as your head. The C1's the only one that does that. Anyway, but if it moves independent of your head, like if you get an adjustment and it turns a little bit, a few degrees, I'm exaggerating, but it would then all the muscles tighten up. Anyway, so I had that, and sometimes some people, after you start getting more adjustments and you get it back to where it needs to be, they might tighten up less, but I have a very severe problem, so mine tightens up a lot still, god damn it. And so I woke up this morning, and early, like before that, like Saturday, Sunday, like I could put my ear like all the way to my shoulder pretty much. Like my neck was very flexible. The ringing wasn't so bad. Even in my right ear, all the ringing went away entirely for a couple hours before I went to bed. And for some reason, it came back when I went to bed. It always does that. And I think it's because something with the pressure on it when I lay down. Like if I push, like on the right side, like right up in here on the C1, if I apply pressure there, then it does something to the ringing. It's barely noticeable, but if I'm laying down for like say 5-10 minutes and I'm laying on the pillow, which is normal, I'm laying like a normal person, there's going to be some pressure on the neck, either on the left or right side of the vertebrae, and that seems to irritate it. So that's why I sleep in an inclined position now. Anyway, so I woke, my neck got real stiff, and so I wanted to say kind of what I do to get it to be not stiff, because now, like when I woke up, I could do about that, and I could do about that, and like that's it. Like physically, it's not going anywhere, and if I feel the muscles, they're tight all around here. In my chin, I was stretching out some. I wasn't able to put it down to my chest. I get it like here, and so there's like that much space. I couldn't get it any further, just without like pulling my head down or something, like using my own neck strength. I couldn't get my head, so it was like really bad, because I was very mobile, and then I got adjusted, and then very not mobile, and then the ringing was very loud. So obviously it has something to do with it. So what I wanted to say is that when I was doing that like I would pull my head down like this, and I just, that's as far as I could go, right? And then I do the tapping under the occipital ridge back here. I don't know I don't know if I'm getting that in the video, but all along up in here on the left side, right under the base of the skull, you can feel the ridge of the skull. Just underneath that is muscle, and then down the side of the spine, not the center of the spine, but muscles run down to either side of the spine, and I tap on those. So just lightly tapping, but with my head, like, I gotta hold the phone when I do this. But I'd be holding my head, like that's as far as it can go. And then I do the tapping for a little bit while holding my head. You don't have to hold the head, but the idea is you just want to keep the spot that your head's in. So, because like if I move it around, I want to keep the spot. So I'd be tapping it a while under the occipital ridge, down the neck, down to like the bottom C vertebrae, and then back up, and then after you do that, then you can gently, without much effort, pull the head a little deeper. Just like in the video of that guy I can never remember with the cervicogenic tapping. And then you could hold it there for about 20 seconds. And the idea is if you want to make progress fast, you can make progress fast, but the way you do it would be to do it gently, because if you do it hard, if you're pulling your head hard, like you can, like say you pull it down a bit, and then you go back to tapping, and then you get it to go a bit more, and then you do more tapping, and then, so I might do like I'll pull it down, do tapping, pull it down, do tapping, might pull it down one more time, and then put it back up. But anytime I'm pulling it down a little bit further, I'm doing it gently. I'm not, because if you want to do this, the way you can make fast progress is to do it continuously throughout the day. But you don't only do it continuously throughout the day for like both sides, like left, right, straight down, diagonal right, diagonal left. You can only do that throughout the day, multiple times a day, if you're gentle. If you do it hard, then your muscles are going to start to hurt, and they're going to really spasm, and they're going to get tight, and it's going to hurt, and you won't be able to do it anymore because, I don't know, it's overstretched. But if you do it gently throughout the day, like you can do any stretch if you do it gentle all day, like many times, 20 times a day, as long as you're gentle about it. Of course, obviously, your brain is attached to your muscles, and you can feel if you're being a little hard, because they'll hurt and they'll be a little more tense. So you know to take it easier. You're gonna have to figure out what that is for you. But you should be able to do it throughout. So I might do it, and then a half hour later, I'll do a full set again, all the way around. And then another half hour later, I'll do another full set. And then maybe I'll take a break for a few hours and come back and do another set. So like I'm doing, like 2 lowerings this way, 2 this way, 2 this way, and then here sometimes I get to the point where my chin is physically touching my chest, so I cannot lower it anymore. But still, I'll do 2 sets of where I'm tapping up and down. When you put your head straight down, you can do both sides of the neck and both sides of the occipital ridge, and try and pull your head a little bit further. Another thing to note is especially when you're pulling your head to the side and diagonal, is that you don't want the rest of your body to change position. Like you don't want to be bending your entire body to the right. You just want the head, otherwise you're not stretching your neck, you're just bending your torso. So what I do is I'll find a spot like on my hip, and so I'll feel like, okay, this part of my, like the palm of my hand right here is on the bottom part of my underwear. I can feel it through my shorts. I'm like, okay, so that's the target, that's where I want to keep that hand. So on the right hand here, and then when I want to pull it a little bit further, I'll put that hand back down at the same spot to make sure that my torso is not bent. So it's just a way to keep my torso's position correct, because like I don't have a mirror to look at to say like where's my torso relative to my neck and head, and I just want to be moving my neck and my head. So if you find a spot on the side of your leg you can feel, and then go back to that spot with your hand, and then that way it keeps your torso, your shoulders flat with the ground. and do that throughout the day to get your neck loosened up. Because at the beginning I used to do it, I would just do like a set a day, and for like a month I didn't see like hardly any. It helped, but it was hardly any different. And then when I would do it throughout the day, as long as I was, because I did it hard, and then I was like, I can't bend my neck because it hurts. I can't do that stretch more than once a day because it hurts. But as long as I do it gently, then I can do it continuously throughout the day. And I think by the end of the day, I should be able to get it back to where it was. And tinnitus will quiet down. Obviously, this doesn't work for someone, for some people. Like if the source of the tinnitus is not that, like if you've got muscular sclerosis and your nerves has degenerated in your ear, then it probably won't help, but I don't see how it would. But for me, I've got cervical problems. God knows why that has anything to do with tinnitus. I guess it's an argument against intelligent design, because holy shit, our bodies are dumb. I wish I could take the person who designed the human body and take them behind the bar and shoot them, because they're a goddamn moron. So yeah, anyway, so that's what I wanted to say. Like, for someone that has tinnitus, for sure, and gets help from this exercise, for sure, that's how I do it. And so I wanted to put this up because I don't know of any other videos of anyone saying like this is the step-by-step real world application of this kind of stretching. So yeah, also if you can figure out where I live from this, then good for you. It's a nice place to live, I guess. I like the coffee shop, so I hope you all can find some relief, because I know how hard tinnitus can be. A lot of people have told me, they say, at least you don't have cancer, but I say, I wish I did. I take stage 4 cancer over this any day. This is hell. I think if you can deal with this, then you're one of the toughest people on the planet, because I couldn't imagine much worse. Obviously there's people with worse health problems. Like if you've got MS and you've got tinnitus, well, guess what? You got tinnitus and MS. And eventually you might be a prisoner in your own body if stem cells can't come through. So I'm not saying I got worse than anybody, or that we have it worse than anybody, but I know that it's pretty fucking bad. And I know a lot of other people, they won't care, and they won't understand. And so I do understand. I do understand how devastating this is to your day-to-day life and plans for the future and everything. I mean, I've seen mothers that are just, they've got kids, they're 2-4 years old, and they don't care anymore. They're like, I welcome death. Like, fuck this. Like, and these are moms who just have kids, which they love very much, and they don't care. They're just like, it's that bad. So I hope this helps, and if you have any suggestions too, or any questions, feel free to ask in the comments. I'm sure I didn't explain everything as well as I could have. So thanks.